Hi, Karen Ford here. How are you all doing this morning? We are here for Faith for Finances in 5. I want to talk about our culture for a moment. Just a second, I need to pick up something. Okay, back. Okay, let's talk about our culture and how it impacts how we handle money. If you grew up in a home where people had boats and they watched the stock market, then chances are you are going to end up buying a boat or watching the stock market. If you grew up in a home where people didn't check the stock market, 9 times out of 10, you probably aren't either. So let's talk about our culture today. We have a real entitlement, enablement mentality. How did we get here? Well, regardless of how much money you have now, culture will influence what we do with it. In other words, if you grew up in a home where every dime was spent, then you probably have that own pattern in your life. If you grew up in a home where there wasn't a whole lot of money, you might think that you don't or shouldn't have a lot of money, and that's not the case. When you get money and you don't know what to do with it, you know what will happen? You'll spend it. No way around that unless we truly educate ourselves. You develop a culture of spending. So now, if you grew up with not being able to spend because you didn't have much, and now you come into some money, now you're going to go towards, oh my, I've got money now, let's spend it. I'm not saying that you can't ever spend, but we need to be aware, keenly aware of how we grew up and why we're doing what we're doing now. Now, what that does, and we see this in today's culture and society, is we end up buying what we want and begging what we need. Let me say that again. We end up buying what we want and begging what we need. That's why we have a culture of people receiving food stamps, HUD, Section 8, different things like that, but yet they're able to get acrylic nails. They're able to have the iPhone 7. They're able to get their hair done every 4 weeks. Hello. I know I'm preaching to the choir most likely, but this is what we have created in our culture, in our society. People are wearing Gucci watches and they have more money in their hair than they do in their wallet. I know I'm smacking some things this morning, but my. Have you ever noticed that? People go to the grocery store and they pay with a food stamp card, but yet they have acrylic nails. They've got a new tattoo on their arm. They've got, hair extensions. They look great. I am not against anybody looking great, having great makeup, having a Gucci purse, having a Gucci watch, having a Prada shoes, having their hair done, having acrylic nails, but who is paying for that? Are we creating a culture where we're buying what we want and begging what we need? Let's not do that. How do we do that? We need to educate ourselves and educate those that are doing that. Job, job. If you don't have a job, you need to get one. I'm not against anybody receiving assistance. There are people that it's necessary that they receive assistance for a variety of reasons. Maybe they're in a particular situation in their health, etc., that they cannot work. But if you are able-bodied and you are able to work and you are receiving assistance, it's time to get a job. Okay, let's get off that now. All right. There are some people that have their priorities out of place. They have bling on their hands, they have bling on their toes, they have bling in their hair, they have bling on their nails, but they're behind on their house payments. That's not right. Listen, we need to be able to pay everybody that we owe money to